from Coinos Wallet. I'm a Vancouver-based developer and open source Bitcoiner going back about 10 years now. We just had our 10-year anniversary for the first commit to our code base. And I'm just going to take you through some of the points of why I think this is a good wallet for retail merchant adoption. So I've got a few talking points here. Just go through a couple of them. Coinos is open source. You can sign up in seconds at coinos.io. The code is available on GitHub. And like I mentioned, we started in 2012. And I've been going on and off, not full-time. I've taken year-long, multi-year-long breaks, but kind of picked it up again as a hobby project, and then just recently incorporated and decided to go full-time at it and turn it into a company. So our goal is to make an easy-to-use wallet so merchants can accept Lightning payments in their stores, or just in general, like farmers markets, the pupuseria on the street. Anyone who wants to take Lightning can use this wallet. It does Bitcoin and Lightning payments, so we do on-chain or Lightning. If you make a deposit into Coinos, then you'll be able to withdraw your money immediately as soon as it's received. So there's no hold times. We don't send you any email or get you to enter any PIN code or anything. Once you press the withdraw button, it just goes out to whatever wallet you want to send it to. We do real-time fiat exchange, so any currency in the world, you can price your sale or your order in your local currency, and then it'll convert it to sats for you. And you have the option of asking for a tip, and then you get a report at the end of the day or the end of the week or month that will show you all the payments you've received and the tips, and it maintains the value in your local fiat currency. So, if someone was paying $10, even if the Bitcoin price fluctuates, when you're running the report, or by the time you run the report, the amount that you'll see is the one that was at the time of sale. So for accounting purposes, you can know what you received. You can customize your profile page by uploading an avatar or a banner image. And we allow you to do unlimited internal transfers. So if you want to send to another Coinos user, you just type in their username and send them an amount. And you can enter it in your local currency or in Satoshis. We also do redeemable payment vouchers. So this is like a code that you can fund with some Bitcoin and print it off. I have an example in my back pocket here. So it's just a QR code that has some amount of Bitcoin that you can load onto it, and you can give this out to people. They scan it, and it gets them to register an account, and then it puts the money into their account. So I've been handing these out in the past couple days just to all sorts of people, and it's a great way to just give people some sats, and they can figure it out later. They don't have to set up their wallet on the spot. So, and then I can see when they redeem it. So I can go and look up of all my vouchers I've created, who's redeemed them, and I can figure out their username, and then if I want to send them more money later, it's really easy. We do LN URL and Lightning address support. So Lightning address is kind of it looks like an email, but it allows you to receive Lightning payments. And it just means, you can just give that out as well, publish it on your website or whatever, on your business card, and people can reuse that QR to continuously pay you Lightning donations or payments. We have a map on our site. Here, I'll just bring up the page again. So, this is our homepage here. This is our team. We have a small 5-person team. And here's the map. So you can see, mostly we've been focused in Vancouver, which is where I'm based. that we have a few retail merchants, like a barber shop and a tacos place, a massage parlor. So a few people using our app to take Bitcoin payments. Yeah, we've been working with merchants since 2013. I used to organize the Vancouver Bitcoin meetup group there. I started a cooperative organization, and I was a co-founder of a hackerspace in Vancouver. All that kind of got infiltrated by shitcoiners, but now we've started new with a bunch of Bitcoiners that came to town recently and have revitalized our Bitcoin meetup again. So we're hosting the BitDevs talks, which are technical talks, and just getting adoption going again with merchants. So Coinos, you can use our website if you go to coinos.io. Signing in with a username and password just takes a second. And we encourage all merchants to do Lightning payments now. We used to let them do on-chain and just take a payment with 0 confirmations, but that's not feasible anymore because there's a fee market. So we just try to encourage them to use Lightning. We run Bitcoin D and Core Lightning. We also run LND. We have an LND node as well, but the main node that generates the Lightning invoices is Core Lightning. Our hot wallet balances are publicly available, so you can check our reserves. If you're worried that we're running too much of a fractional reserve, you can just audit that at any time you want. We don't really want to be holding too many user funds, so we encourage people to just use this to get started, send small amounts back and forth, and then once you get any substantial amount of money, you should withdraw it to another wallet that is non-custodial. We just launched our new front end a couple months ago, so that's the page you saw there. And the tech stack for the front end is a framework called SvelteKit, which is kind of like React or Vue.js, but it's better in my opinion. And the back end is Node.js, Fastify, and MariaDB, which is like MySQL, if anyone's familiar with that. We still maintain our old website, so classic coinos.io. This has more advanced features. It allows you to do liquid asset issuance and a bunch of other random stuff. I kind of used it to hone my skills and like experiment with Bitcoin and just built this wallet that I wanted to build, but now I'm trying to focus more on like regular users. So that one's still available for any like power users who still want to use it. We don't KYC. We are a custodian though. We're a licensed money services business in Canada. We might be compelled to start doing more KYC. I haven't had to deal with it yet though. And I do hope that in the long run, like I won't be just the only custodian, that more nodes will pop up. Other custodians in other jurisdictions will run this. And if I get shut down, then there will be lots of other people who will be willing to do the same kind of thing. And we call them the Uncle Jims and Aunt Sallys. Like you could even set this up just for your family or your small town or whatever. So we often get asked why we don't have a mobile app. So Coinos just runs on the web. And the reason for that, well, there's a bunch of reasons. Being web-based means we can push out new code like really quickly. People just refresh their web browser and it's live. They don't need to install any updates. And yeah, there's just less friction to get the app updated. So I'm going to demo a new feature that we released recently, invoice requests. So yeah, you can see the points here, but the customer is going to go through requesting an invoice. So instead of walking up to a payment terminal at the cashier, or calling the waiter to your table, you'll be able to go through the app and send them a request to be invoiced or to get your bill. So I'll just go through like a live demo. Hopefully it works. All right, so on the left side, I'm signed in as Alice, and on the right side, I'm signed in as Bob. And this is fake money, so this is not real Bitcoin. This is reg test just running on my computer. But Alice is going to go through, let's pretend that Bob is the merchant and Alice is the customer. So Alice is going to be sitting in Bob's restaurant and she wants to get an invoice from him. So she'll go to Bob's profile, which if this was our live site, it would be coinos.io/Bob. And she'll just click on the invoice button to request an invoice. So she can enter in that, whatever her order was to let Bob know who she is. She might describe what she had or tell him where she's sitting, and then send the request. So it gets sent to Bob, and then over on Bob's screen, he might be off serving other customers, but he'll come back to his tablet and see that Alice is ready to pay, and he can generate an invoice for her. So he'll figure out what her bill is and add some tax to it, possibly. Let's say it comes out to $15. So he sends that to Alice, and now Alice gets a notification back saying Bob has invoiced you $15, and it tells you in Satoshis what that is, and you can go to pay it. Alice can add a tip now if she wants to, so let's say she was happy with her service, she's going to give 20%. And we're just going to confirm that we're sending this amount of Satoshis to Bob now. And we had a little glitch there. Let me just log back into Bob's account. All right, not sure what that was about, but it looks like it worked. So Bob got his $15 plus $3 tip. I'll go back to my bullet points and just kind of talk about why I think this is a better way of doing things than like trying to do an NFC tap or a QR code scan. The main thing is that this can be done asynchronously, so you don't have to go up and be physically face-to-face with a merchant. You can be off in the toilet or outside having a smoke or wherever and ask to pay your bill. The merchant can put it in on their end, and then you can pay it, and you don't even have to be physically present. This lowers the risk of device theft, so a lot of merchants are running like a tablet in their store. Now they don't have to have it out on the counter. They can have it behind the counter, or they could even use their phone or any device that runs a web browser. So now I'll just talk about my experience like setting up merchants in Vancouver. I found that starting with small solo operations is the easiest for now. They have less bureaucracy. One person can just make the decision to take Bitcoin. One of the problems is staff often won't be trained properly, so you'll get the owner to start accepting Bitcoin, but then you go in and the staff doesn't know how to deal with it. Often, they'll have one tablet that runs their fiat point of sale, and then another device like the owner's phone or a tablet that they have to pull out to do Bitcoin, so that's a disaster. If the cashier needs to like charge some other device or power it on, it just takes too long. So you got to make sure that they're using, the same tablet that's always easily available for the staff. we don't want staff to be able to withdraw funds out of the account, so we have like a PIN code that only the owner knows, and then yeah, you can like receive payments into the account, but you can't withdraw. Oftentimes you'll get Bitcoiners coming in who don't even know how to work their own wallet, or they're using like their own node at home and they have trouble connecting to it, or they're not on the Wi-Fi properly, so that's always painful, and that's why you don't want people standing face to face, like holding up a line. It's better if the customer can get their stuff sorted out and then pay asynchronously, like I demoed. Yeah, we're finding that like not a lot of Bitcoiners, they'll go 1 or 2 times to try it, check out the merchant, and then never return, or you just don't get a lot of people wanting to pay with Bitcoin other than like a small group of hardcore believers. So I think what we need to do to solve that is give customers more incentives to use Bitcoin. And that's probably gonna be like cash, like you gotta just give them a discount or give them a reward for using their Bitcoin. So I'm thinking about how to do that. We have an active community in Vancouver. I've heard lots of other active communities just at this conference. That's awesome to see that there's, you know, people all over the world starting to do this kind of thing. And yeah, we just need more of it. Shout out to Matt for the BTC Map project. I think that's going to be crucial for just getting all the Bitcoin accepting businesses onto a map. Go check out his talk tomorrow. Fiat, yeah, a lot of merchants will ask, like, how do I cash out my Bitcoin once I receive it? And I'll tell them, well, just don't do that. If you don't want Bitcoin, then just take credit card payments or cash, like don't take Bitcoin. Or if you need to get rid of it because you're worried about the volatility, then just use it to pay for things, like pay your staff or your suppliers. That'll help create more of a circular economy. So yeah, small team. We've got 3 developers and 2 salespeople on the ground starting to promote the app and try to get more merchants using it. We also do like a lot of consulting and just development work for other companies. I listed a bunch of my other projects here. My slides are online on the schedule if anyone wants to check them out. I'm not going to go through them all right now. And our business model, we're open source, so we're always welcome to take donations. We're also happy to do consulting, like if you want to take Coinos and run your own node, be the custodian in your own community, we can help you set that up. We charge a small 0.1% fee if you're going between Lightning to on-chain. So if you're a merchant taking a bunch of Lightning payments, but you want to send an on-chain payment to your exchange or to your cold storage, we take a small cut from that. And soon we're going to try to do like a SaaS model so that's easier to deploy this and white label it and just host it for other people and charge them for it. We might start adding some monetization into the app itself, so you could get like, I don't know, maybe a video avatar or something instead of just a static image, and pay me like 50 cents for that or something. And we might start charging merchants to be like featured front and center, so if people want to pay for like advertising, we might do that. Our main strategy though is just to hold Bitcoin, get more people using it, and then profit. So yeah, I mentioned that so far I'm self-funded, just been paying a few people out of pocket so far, working on this on my own time, but I'm open to discussing investment opportunities, partnerships. If anyone wants to pay me to like integrate other cool stuff into the wallet, I'm open to that. Thank you very much.
Yeah, one question. Do you still have the multi-wallet feature in the new version?
No, it's only in the classic.
Sorry?
It's available still in the classic version, but
Oh,
not the new one.
the classic's still up?
Classic.coinos.io.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So why did you decide to discontinue that as a feature?
To simplify it for no coiners. So we just want it to be as simple as possible for merchants and didn't want to clutter the UI with anything other than taking Lightning payments.
Okay. I didn't know the old one is still up, so I was like, well, where are my wallets?
I came in a little bit late. Do you guys, so you basically, anybody can run your software?
Yeah.
And so it's open source, and then liquidity management and all that stuff? That's,
We don't do any liquidity management, so
Okay.
you can, we have like a Docker compose file, so it'll spin up a core Lightning, a Bitcoin core, our app server, our front end, everything you need, but you'll have to open your own channels and manage your own node. That's something that I'll probably want to develop like an automated solution for down the road, but yeah, right now it's manual.
awesome, cool, thanks.
Yeah.